Hello guys, just before we jump into today's episode, I would like to give you a little treat. My stand-up special is available on YouTube right this second. It's stand-up / sketch show. It's one that I recorded in Glasgow. It was a lot of fun.
Brilliant show.
Thank you very
show.
much.
Very funny.
And it's called Caricature, spelt with a CH. It's on
clever.
the Some Laugh, thank you. Some Laugh YouTube right this second. Go and watch it, please.
Go and
It's
check
funny
it out,
stuff.
guys.
It's a great show. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Critics are calling it on YouTube now.
Yes. For free.
For free.
And no one can argue with that. I don't know, it's right. But yes, so check out Steve's special. Myself and Stuart's are also there if you haven't seen it already. And you can also sign up to our Patreon for as little as £3 a month, where you get access to an extra episode every 2 weeks, plus bonus content from all our live shows and first dibs on upcoming tickets for our live shows and stand-up shows as well. But check out Stevie's special. It's fucking class. It's great that it's out now on the YouTube channel for free. All three of us have got our stand-up shows on there, so you're welcome, and we hope you enjoy it.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Christmas present for you.
Absolutely.
Frankincense and myrrh. And yours is gold, Steve.
Frankincense
thank
and
you.
mirth, am I right?
Myrrh.
Hey,
Am I right?
That was
Come
good.
on.
That was pretty good.
That's
Decent.
nice. All for free, just like our specials on YouTube now for free. Enjoy them and enjoy today's episode.
Enjoy.
Welcome to the Some Laugh podcast.
It could be like, oh, that was some laugh, or there was just some laughs.
Some laughs.
Well, no promising all laugh.
No,
It's
there's going to be some.
some laugh.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho ho ho.
We're here.
Here we are.
We made it. That's Christmas.
Into the Barse.
The Barse, two Barse, too furious. The second in-betweeny episode of Christmas and New Year, the Gooch.
Did you have a good one?
It was great.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get a nice dinner.
Beautiful.
absolutely great. Yeah. Obviously, we're recording this prior to Christmas,
Yeah,
but
of course.
we're joining you guys in between, you know.
I feel like you can't really wear a Christmas jumper after Christmas Day, can you?
I don't know what the rules are.
I think in the Barse period,
Oh, but it's
Anything
international
goes.
waters, isn't it, the Barse?
Anything
I
goes.
feel like you're kind of, you could wear a Christmas Day jumper because it's, even if it's just got, I mean, this is basically the ones that me and Stuart are wearing. I've
Hashtag
just
gifted.
I was gonna
hashtag
wear mine
gifted
as well, but-
was when we got that tour of tenants. It was last year, wasn't it? We
Yeah.
got to the tenants brewery and they gave us these, and they've got wee snowflakes on it and a tenants, a wee
was so
tenants.
I'd say they're quite tasteful
Beer.
for Christmas jumpers.
I know, because I think it's like, see if you go to the pub like the night, for example, the 27th, anytime between the 27th and, you know, and even January, February, a pint of tenants in fucking snow. That's
It's no Christmas.
you could wear this for 4 months if you wanted. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty much, you know. So, but yours just says Merry Christmas.
You filthy animal. So it was a gift.
You like that one?
It was a gift, but it's because
You've had good wear out of that. I've seen you in that a few times.
Have you?
You wore that to the live show actually. In fact, we're all wearing what we wore at the live show last year.
Are we?
I think so, for the Christmas bit.
I was going to wear my tenants one, but it was too crimpled. I couldn't be arsed like iron on it. Again.
Fair enough.
But
Mine
I was
smells
so,
stewy because it's been in my wardrobe since last year.
Mine was. I was so steaming that night. We went to this fucking that brewery tour.
Aye.
I was whitey the next day. And all.
Were you?
Yeah,
Fucking
because
hell.
we had the Hot 100 party
Yeah.
after, and I don't think I could drink.
Oh, really?
I was just thinking, forgive me if I've said this already, because the Paul Black one just went out, and there
Aye.
was like another one, and what's the script? And it's like, there must be at least 30 hours of content of me on the internet that's just me hungover, not saying very much. It's actually a really bad look. I wish none of this was fucking available to anyone.
It's just, you can't stop him talking. It's just that every
just
episode we've
fucking
ever
slap
recorded. Just
Fucking
hungover.
hell, Christ. There's a few bad ones last year. It's a boozy period.
I know.
Yeah, it's-
December.
yeah,
Do you-
it's-
sometimes though I've been surprised. See whenever I mean, see when we done the John Cairns episode, I'd flew back for London that day, and I'd basically had no sleep, and it ends up you just get in there chatting.
Do you know he
and
was fucked? Me and John Cairns, because we'd had about 8 pints
Were
the
you-
night before.
that was a great episode.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
Well, I must also say that this isn't sponsored officially.
I know,
by
we are
Tenants.
actually
this
drinking.
is hashtag not gifted.
We're
Yeah.
we're about to go on a wee night out ourselves, boys. Actually, so cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
lads.
boys. It's been a
Eh,
pleasure.
I think this is the first time we've actually drank,
drank.
on one of these ones, not on like a live
I
show.
think for the Patreon, we should sometimes just get mad with it and have
The problem
episodes.
is we often record at like 11 in the morning.
I know.
Yeah.
So
Stuff
we
on
should
that day.
just have a wee night out. once a
Also,
month or
the
so.
issue is that means I can't drive, because so getting a train.
We'll get the tat. Listen, we've got enough Patreons now, thanks to you guys. That
We can become alcoholics.
we can afford. We can afford it. Because I think we should call the episodes either just Mad With It or Steaming Buchanan, which is
Steam and puke shagging.
Steaming Puke Shagging.
Same day come up with that. I think.
I
I
think
Aye,
I
he
did.
did, didn't he?
I'm a Roscoe.
And you were puking after that last
Wasn't
night.
shagging. I was puking.
I love
God.
seeing you out in the lash. I think you're good value. Some people don't change very much. You change enough to make it spicy. I think.
Steve is
Really?
you're such a great laugh.
You are a laugh.
Steaming
on the piss.
Buchanan is a fucking
What is it, because I'm making a cunt of myself?
Not really.
no. Do you know
really.
what? You're always doing bits.
Yeah.
Like you're steaming. You've got a kind of self
You've got a
awareness.
fun uncle vibe about you.
Like, come on, boys! Like you can
But
always
also,
do
the
that.
mask also slips a little. Though. You get let in a little. Oh, all right, okay. I didn't know you thought that.
No, it's
Nah, it doesn't
Telling
matter.
some secrets.
Well, not exactly secrets, but
A
loose
Razorhead.
lips.
The
Loose
Razorhead
lips.
thing.
Not specifically that, but
No.
I mean more like things from your private life. And that kind of thing. We don't need to delve into.
Really?
I don't want to get in your own head before we go.
I know, I'm really
it's
worried
like,
now.
no, psych him out.
Is that why you have made us drink that? So I
This
can
is
kinda
entrapment. Yeah.
Get you some goss. No, I wouldn't say I'm that different. But no, I can get a
You're
bit
happy,
cheeky.
happy drunk.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
I
happy
like that as
for the
well. Though. I
most
never
part.
get like violent or anything. But
Is there a
No.
type of
Get
booze
daft.
that, you know how some people are like, if I drink gin I get aggressive or whatever? Is there a type of that for you guys?
not really. Certain ones will just get me there quicker. I'll be in a worse nick. But it's never. I'm always the same guy, really.
I think there probably is that for me, but I'm only really conscious of stuff that would just get me a certain just like tired or just give me a really sore head. Like I think wine would be bad for me to drink a lot of.
Oh, really?
But not like necessarily like behaviourally. Just maybe it would just get me more pissed, and then I'd just have a sore head the next day, kind of thing. But I can't say.
Red wine for me, I get really tired, but like in a good way, not like a pure. Like
Red
just
wine,
a
I feel
sort
really
of-
fuzzy and warm, and it's
Yeah.
kind of luxuriant,
Yeah,
you know.
it's
But
a
then
nice
when you
warm
drink on
feeling.
top of that, it becomes a bit mad.
Yeah, that's.
I
that's
get
bad.
too bogged down. I've usually a couple of pints and then I'm switching to the spirits, and because I think if you just keep drinking the beer, it's too much. Do you know what I mean? And you end up just bogged down and tired, a wee
Bloated.
bit, a bit bloated. So I like to switch, but
Yeah.
no, I've always felt I'm a pretty happy drunk. Like, I think like
I
because
like to swap to our friends at Glenn's Vodka.
yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Because Liam, who this is the first episode we mentioned that, but they did give us tickets to the League Cup final, which obviously I never went to. But Liam Withnail, who obviously doesn't drink, he's a good guy to ask. Because I've said to him before, what am I like drunk? And he says, you're basically just the same, you're a bit more chatty, you lose a bit of spatial awareness. He says, I get a bit too close. I think he says that though because often when I've been drunk in his company, we've been at like Monkey Barrel or something, and I'll be trying to like make a joke to him at the back, and I'm like leaning in to say it.
Yeah.
So, but that's probably as true to an extent. I would
Also,
imagine.
even if you're in like a pub and it's quite noisy, I don't think you realise like
I'm
how
so
much
loud.
people can actually hear you, and you're leaning in and you're
I'm
thinking
just a
you
cunt
have to be
shouting in
loud,
your
but-
face. Yeah, it's absolutely shite.
Yeah.
Because whenever I see my dad on the
Spitting
piss,
on
I'm just like,
people.
that's exactly what I'm like. And he'll like, his voice gets so hoarse so early.
Oh,
I
aye.
mind we did the Glee
You
show and
get-
I couldn't even fucking speak
Yeah,
because I've
you
been on
get
the piss.
really hoarse.
I get really hoarse. It's horrible.
I met when it was Chris Casey's wedding,
Fucking
and
I
it
was
was
like,
like
You were steaming there because I
I've
turned
been
up
there all
sober
day.
there.
I
aye.
showed
oh
up
my
at
god.
7 o'clock.
Came
and
back to my house.
you were like, oh, right, Stephen.
Yeah, I was fucking gone.
That was a good day. I've been
You're at
not
a wedding, you're like, I've had champagne, wine, beer, it's 3 o'clock, I'm fucked. 6 hours till I see Steve.
Aye. No, that was because I turned up after a gig or something, and then I had the motor, and like I was like, oh, Stu's had a good sesh, but it actually just made me like go, oh, I wish I'd been drinking all day. It wasn't like pure, oh my god, look at his day. Him, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
like that looks like fun.
I get a bit sloppy, but that's a bit the size of it. I think.
Aye.
Yeah, I can get a bit sloppy. Sometimes I can get a wee bit cheeky, but not. I don't think aggressive.
Like a Yanni or something.
I like just kind of try chancing my arm at saying
Yeah.
a wee cheeky, a wee dick.
Do you know what, I'm like that as well, actually.
No.
Yeah, I think it's just another thing I think of. Like, I bet growing up, all the grannies and that were like, "Oh, isn't he funny? Isn't he cheeky?" And he said that all his life, but now he's just like a smashed guy in his 30s, thinking like everyone in the pub is like finding him as charming as like the
Yeah.
old wife he's did back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm like.
You've
Yeah.
got you have a lot of family get-togethers and stuff like that still, Steve. How steaming do you get when you're around them?
Yes, I can get steaming. Last Christmas we were playing a wee game, all the family, where it was like cups of almost like beer pong, but chuck the thing into it, and it would be a wee gift inside the cup. So like my cousin bought loads of wee key rings or whatever. It was for the kids mainly, but we were all steaming, fucking really going for it, getting competitive. And I got to a point where I was so steaming I wanted to up the ante. So I brought a 20 quid 20 quid out of my wallet and pure put it in one of the cups.
I'm a fucking W.H. Smith guy.
Billy Big Buzz put it in there, and then I was like, immediately I was like, oh fuck, I need to win that back. And I was just aiming for that.
Like that, I think I'm ruined. Get back. Making you have to give it back.
Vastly overestimated how many fajita kits old El Paso are going to send me.
And it was only 20 quid, but it was also like there was no need for that. We were all having fun without the 20 quid.
Yeah,
you know?
you didn't need to up the ante.
I didn't. Not at all.
Here's a question for you. I know it's just past Christmas and all that, but obviously this time of year, I think between Christmas and New Year, similarly, all the Christmas tunes are still going to be playing. If you're out and all that, you know, you hear them even New Year and all that kind of stuff. Have you got a favourite Christmas tune or a one you hate?
Aye, I've got a couple.
Go on.
Probably my favourite. Right, I've got a favourite. You know how you get like classic songs and more kind of charty ones. I've got a favourite of each.
Go on then.
Favourite Nat King Cole Christmas song.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
It's just called Christmas song.
I think so.
I don't even know the one you're talking about.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I just like
I was
For the
quite-
listeners, we've got Nat King Cole in.
I was quite
him.
happy with my joke on Breaking the News last week, Stu,
Which
which I
one was that?
honestly thought you might have come up with.
What was it, sorry?
Because they said they're like, if you had to name your own Christmas song, what would it be? And I called mine Chestnuts Roasting in a New Air Fryer.
that was good. That was good.
I was quite
I
happy
thought it
with
was
it.
going to be something about getting your Nat King Cole.
Yeah, that's also where I thought you
I
were
don't
going.
think they would be that they'd broadcast that in Radio Scotland in the
Probably
afternoon, but I was quite happy with that one. I got a good
That
stuff.
was good.
I was so sure somebody else would have had that though, because that was I went through all the songs and that was like the only one I could like think to do like a change it to something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get worried about that in Breaking the News that I'm like convinced everyone's going to say all the same stuff, even if it's personal stories.
Sometimes it does happen though. Like it did happen to me
Yeah.
a couple of times the other week, but I think that's what it was. But anyway, sorry. So Nat King Cole Christmas song.
Yeah, and then for the sort of chart toppery ones, The Darkness.
Sure,
That's a good one. Yeah,
Christmas time, don't let the bells end. I think it's called.
yeah.
that could potentially be one that people would get annoyed by. That one I
I don't
could
think
see.
it gets played enough to be annoying.
No.
It's in that sort of B tier, isn't it? Of, like
Yeah.
it's in the rotation, but it's not like
Relatively modern one.
yeah, which is like unheard of. Really, it's like one
Yeah.
of the last ones that's in the
is.
crop.
Because that Ed Sheeran Elton John one was like last year or something.
didn't
But is
even know
that,
that
do you think
was a
that's in the
thing.
canon?
Nah.
I've never even heard it. What
What
is
does
it?
that go like again?
Can't even remember either. But it's you hear it, it gets in the rotation, but it's no
Yeah.
necessarily
Elton's other one's class though.
Step into
Step into
Christmas. We're
Christmas.
blasting that on the way here.
in the
Yeah.
car. Aye, that was
That
great.
is-
Some boy, I love him.
That is great.
I told you this, but I love Last Christmas by Wham.
That's
Yeah.
good.
It's literally the only one. I will put it on. I've been doing the
You
opposite.
know,
of
it
Wham
gets a
again.
bit of hate, but I like it.
Yeah,
I do think
love
it is bang in order.
Great pop song.
The Whamageddon thing. Like if
It's
you know,
shite. There's other songs you hear just as much as well. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sladegeddon.
I
Yeah.
think it's. Do you know what I think it
Chicken
is?
Stevens.
I
as
get
well.
them.
I think
Yeah.
it's homophobia. I'm just going to
No,
say.
I think so as
I
well,
think
a
it
bit
probably is about
It
that.
might be a bit of that. Eh?
The only thing that makes me upset when I see Last Christmas now is that George Michael looks so much like former Celtic winger Jota that it's
Two
getting-
good-looking boys.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
good-looking boys, and
Yeah.
I just want to make him back, you know,
Yeah.
because I gave him my heart last Christmas, and now I've gave it to Brendan Rodgers. I get that as well.
See where that
but I really like Last Christmas, and I think like yeah, you shouldn't be sort of like penalised for just having such a good song that it's played. I know stuff gets overplayed, but I think that's a good song. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it stands up all year round.
Yeah,
Personally.
great song. Love it.
I've got a fucking song I hate, right? A Christmas song, and every time it comes out, I was like, "What is this pish?"
I've got one as well. I wonder if it's the same one.
I wonder, right? But it's always like I've never really listened to it properly. It's just always on, and I just assumed it's like one of these like it's like a pure 1940s thing or something. But do you know what one? Stop the Cavalry.
Yeah, that was mine. That was
But do you know that's
Fucking
not even
awful.
a Christmas song? it was a war protest song.
Yeah.
That's what it's, and you've watched. I think
Right.
because I was reading up on this last week.
So it's the old Die Hard routine.
No, but the
It's set
reason.
at Christmas.
The reason because it's about him going to war, and it was maybe about Vietnam or some shit like that.
Right.
But then it was like in it he goes, "Wish you could be home for Christmas,"
Yeah.
and cause of that,
And
it
then
was
there's
fucking
some
played
sleigh
at
bells
Christmas.
as well.
Well, that was they put it in because that's what they done
They
in
were
that.
smart guys. Whoever came
See,
up with that.
that East 17 song, "Stay Another Day."
Yeah.
That's
What a
about his
shite.
brother dying, and then they were just they like literally said
Release it at
Christmas, and then they just put a wee couple of bells or whatever in at the
Yeah.
end, and then they
The
couldn't-
video's got fake snow. I
and
think.
they done the video and all that, and once they realised that it was going to be a Christmas song. But actually, my favourite Christmas
Sneaky.
song is like one of the ones that what's it really got to do with Christmas either, which is what do you call it? The Chris the Bug,
Oh,
a
you said
spaceman
this.
came travelling.
Do you like that one?
I love
I
it, man.
don't even think I know that one, but you mentioned that on Breaking the News.
And now it goes.
Someone released that last year.
I think
or the year
it
before.
was
Ellie
that,
Golden or something. No.
no, it was that cunt that does the songs of
Yes, man.
praise. What'd you call him?
Alec Jones.
Alec Jones. I think
aye.
he released it for something because I read up on this, but I've loved that. I just loved that for years. That song, I think it's really good.
Aye, it's not bad. It's quite an unusual choice. I'll give
It
you
is,
that.
but it's
We
kind of
need-
like what makes me. It's it's a nice emotional
Ballad.
ballad, I would say. Aye.
There's one that I really like as well. Who's maybe in my top 3. A Christmas Rapping by the Waitresses.
Oh yeah, that is a good one. That is a
I
good
don't
one.
know that
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Do,
And I
do,
think
do,
Oh,
do,
aye,
do,
that
do,
is
do,
good,
do,
aye.
do, do, do.
That's
That's-
a slept on
That's
one,
an
actually.
underrated
It's
song.
a
Aye.
belter.
Matt, do you know what I
That goes
put?
hard. That song.
Put this on my Instagram story the other day, but this is generally one of my favourite ones. Faye South Park when they done the mistletoe thing. It's
Mr. Hanky.
No, it's Christmas time in hell.
Oh.
It's so good, man.
Exactly.
How's it go again? It's Christmas time in hell. But it's like we'll dance in blood and pretend it's snow, and it's like pure Adolf Hitler
Bit
and
of fun.
fucking JFK and Mao Zedong and all that. Like it's just pure funny, but it's actually like a lot of the South Park stuff. It's actually a really fucking good tune.
I can it stands up.
Yeah,
Some of
it's Christmas time in hell. Check that. I'm
No,
putting that in my
crud,
Christmas
No,
playlist.
crud. Probably my least favourite. Fucking Mistletoe and Wine. Cliff
That
Richard.
is shit.
I fucking hate that.
I wouldn't say it's my least favourite one.
Just 'cause he
It's
gives
so
me the creeps. That guy.
Pious. It's so fucking.
Yeah.
It's a
boring.
Mistletoe and Wine. That sounds. I don't know what the song's about, but that sounds like the sort he's trying to lure somebody. He's
Yeah, he's a
his lair.
fucking freak.
Here's some wine and mistletoe.
Yeah, exactly. It's creepy as fuck. Because everyone.
Bunch of kids in the video as well, and then the little choir.
No wonder every cunt thought he was a fucking pedo.
Yeah, I know. Well, stop fucking acting like one. Then. I'd be chapping your door as well, lad.
Operation Nutri were just doing their due diligence of everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he does my nut in fucking Cliff, man.
We should say. I mean, only allegations. You know.
No,
was
he got
cleared,
cleared of
was
it and all
cleared,
that. Aye,
was
but he
cleared.
did, you know.
But even that mad thing he said about Elvis was mental, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You can't put him in jail for that.
Having to go to dead fat people is not a crime, apparently.
It was such a weird thing to say.
That is mental. He had like what was going through his head when he
What was he
thought.
hoping to get out of it?
I'll just say, I could have met Elvis once and I thought, no, wait, he's no fucking fat anymore.
That'll
And
teach
then he
him.
died. Oh, you're really the victim in this
Aye.
story, aren't you, Cliff?
I heard he killed himself because he couldn't meet Cliff. That's,
Imagine that was it.
you
Yeah,
should get
but-
him on though, Cliff. I'd love to have him on.
Oh, Cliff
I'd
Richard,
get
man,
him
you're
on,
welcome anytime.
I'd grill him.
You'd go to pieces.
What are you all about, Cliff?
What you on about, Cliff? That is what we like to basically interrogate the guests with,
Yeah.
just what you're
We
about.
dress it
Yeah,
up
but-
differently, but
It's basically just what you're about. But
you're
it's
about,
good to
man.
find out what people are about. That's what I love about having the guests on.
Is Cliff his real name? His first name?
No, his
Real-
name's Richard.
Richard
He
Cliff.
just lives in Dover.
he's having
Shut
your lad.
up.
Don't bite at that, Stevie. Don't be biting at that.
You don't meet a lot of Cliffs if you're not in like America, do
I
you?
feel it's like a bit of an old-fashioned name, Cliff. Isn't
Cliff
it?
Thorburn.
Did you know about that old magazine, Clint?
Nope.
But do you know
No.
the
Looks
reason
like
they called
cunt.
it? Because it looks like cunt.
What?
So now
In capital.
because
it
in
would look like
capital
cunt.
letters,
Oh, right.
and so it's cunt.
Very clever.
What was the content of the magazine?
I've no idea. I assume
Porno.
I'm assuming porno. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the fucking deal with mistletoe, by the way?
Wouldn't he get
Elaborate.
that these days? Wouldn't he be coming out with it these days?
No,
Yeah.
That's
Like,
got it. Surely that's a dying game.
Also, when was the last time you saw someone hold up a mistletoe and then kiss someone? I don't think I've seen that since I was a kid.
I think it's probably only happening maybe occasionally at works
School
parties, but
discos.
it's got to be like the kind of cheeky old
Yeah.
woman in your work or your auntie or something doing it, because
It's a HR issue, isn't it?
aye, if a guy's holding a mistletoe, that's
yeah.
It's a
Like-
bit finchy.
aye.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
100%.
creepy, innit? Yeah.
Aye. That doesn't, it's as if that's like a thing. It's like a thing that like erases the problem of sexual harassment. It's not like you can.
It's like Marc disease padlock. If you've got your fingers linked, you can't. That's not HR.
yeah. Aye, exactly. I had my fingers crossed. No, it's not. It's not.
Doesn't
It's not a loophole for sexual harassment. Is what I would say.
No.
The mistletoe.
I remember in school there was one of the like kind of hottest lasses in the year had mistletoe, and she was going about to like the BAMs to get a wee peck or whatever.
The
And
high
there was-
status males. And
Aye, the good footballers and all that.
Yeah.
And then there was a wee guy that pure fancied her, so he pure ran up, and then she was like, just put the.
Oh no!
It's amazing, so good. Because there's no rules against that.
No,
either.
the
It's-
Lord-
it doesn't mean you have to kiss
No.
them. It just
It's
means
not
No.
a contract.
exactly.
No, I think it's time women took mistletoe into their own hands. If you ask me,
Yeah.
she was actually it was an empowering story, if anything. That I would
Have
say.
you ever used mistletoe?
I don't recall
That's
ever.
right.
Not that I can
Using it.
recall. No.
Or having it used on me.
You've never had it used on you?
I'm not encountering much mistletoe. I'll be honest.
Nah, it must be an old
Is it
thing.
an office thing?
Before Bumble and Tinder and all that.
It must have been a fucking creep that came up with it.
Yeah, I
Aye.
wonder how long that's
Yeah,
been. a
who's
tradition
inventing
for.
that?
I know.
That little
Because you
Maybe-
think Cunnilingus has only been around for about 8 years. So I'm trying to establish the Marc Jennings timeline of sexual
holding
acts.
mistletoe over somebody's fanny.
Well, actually, if that's maybe a way to entice men to go down there a bit more often. Maybe that's how it was invented. Who knows? But it would probably solve the thing of why you would see mommy kissing Santa Claus. If you go, oh, it's mistletoe. What was that thing?
I saw Steve one week on. In fact, it must have been was it a previous Christmas episode?
It was a Christmas
Yeah.
episode because I remember listening to this and
Kiss
howling.
Bang
Means
Bang.
on what's the script? Where me and Steve try and guess films. It's a really daft podcast we do. And there was one called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and one of
Set at
Steve's
Christmas.
taglines was "I saw mommy kissing and banging Santa Claus," which I just remember finding so funny. Because imagine phrasing it like that. Like, I saw mommy kissing. Oh, she was banging him as well. Kissing first, but also she was
Then
banging
she
the
was
guy.
banging.
Because the banging, at least, there's maybe no love there, but kissing, that's a bit
It's an
sensual.
intimate act, arguably.
Yeah.
More intimate, arguably.
Yeah, a lot of porn stars don't kiss.
It's true.
It's in their
Don't kiss
contracts.
Is it?
Yeah,
How
sometimes.
do you know about the contractual law of porn stars?
Yeah, that is weird.
I used to watch a lot of documentaries when I was younger.
About pornos?
You ever watched Porn a Family Business on MTV?
What?
No.
On
don't think
MTV,
so.
no?
Porn a family business? Oh, I thought
Porn
you
colon a
I thought it was
family
like
business.
porn in the USA or something. It was like playing porn.
Never seen porn again, Christians. No.
The porn identity. Porn yesterday. Yeah.
Porn colon, which can be misconstrued as well, a family business.
Colon could be construed.
And it was
Colon porn is a different thing.
it was no, it was good though. I used to watch it all the time, hoping to see some titties
So
when I
it
was a wee
of
guy.
course, oh man, the scraps you would search around for as a wee guy.
Yeah, I'm talking. I was 12 years old at this point.
Anything on MTV's, you've got a half chance, I'd say.
Yeah,
Aye.
yeah, big time.
Or even like those
Now you
sitcoms.
just look to your bedside table, obviously, with your
Yeah.
ornament.
Oh, very enough. Aye, Steve's
Yeah,
man.
I was round
My
Steve's
phone.
yesterday.
I've got big.
Oh, speaking of which, actually, I've got you some presents.
Oh,
We were
I feel
going to do
bad.
That is
that.
very kind. I feel bad. as
That's
well.
fine. Well, I've got to say that because I didn't want to do cheaty joke gifts or anything like that. I thought
No.
I'd get, but I also didn't get you anything that you would like that much. I actually fear,
right in the middle.
I actually fear,
Not
yeah.
funny,
Bang
not
average,
useful.
I fear, Stuart,
content.
that you actually have the thing that I've got you
Okay.
already. I think you might have even mentioned it on a podcast.
Uh-oh.
But I'm going to try and because basically I put yours both in the same thing. So
Oh.
Stuart, you just get yours.
wow.
Mark, you shouldn't have.
This
No,
We were
it's
going to
alright.
do Secret Santa and we
alright.
didn't have time, and I feel bad.
I don't know. Should I just take it out of the bag? It's the thing.
Is mine the record? I'm
Yours is the
assuming?
record. Aye.
Oh wow.
Bang!
Got you the cup.
Oh,
I do have it.
You
I'm
do have
sorry.
it already.
But it's a lovely gift.
Aye,
Mark's
I just
bought me
thought- I was
the
actually
record of
going to
Arctic
because
Monkeys, the car.
they had the first Arctic Monkeys album there, and I thought you might not have that one, but
I don't have that one. But
I should have
but it's
got you
fine.
that.
But
But
here, that's a lovely gift.
it is a lovely gift, and I
There you go.
appreciate it.
we'll
Thank you.
pass over Steve's one because I thought Steve. I was
That's
actually going to
what
get you a post. I know it's in there.
This?
Yeah, I got you this. I just thought it's something just relevant to just I got you a wee doll of Jason Voorhees from Friday the
It's
13th.
good. It's good stuff.
It was
You love
either
your
that
horror.
or a poster of it, but the poster was pretty massive, and I thought, I don't think Catherine's going to approve.
Fuck's sake!
You can put
That's
Lift the
alright,
price.
you can put
I
that
didn't mean
next
to
to
do
your titties ornament.
Oh, I
Yeah.
actually got you something else as well because I took the price off the other thing. I just got you this is a wee
Oh, jeez.
Blu-ray, but it's also digital download.
Oh,
so
there
you
we
actually
go.
get it of Get
This is
Out,
good.
Very
your
good
favourite
film.
horror film.
Yeah, it
He
is.
said, well, he
It's,
actually did say The Shining, but they didn't have a digital download version of it. So,
But listen, this is all up there, top 3.
and if I'd
Thanks
had more
very
time,
much.
I'd have got you a Shining poster, which you might have liked more.
I appreciate that.
But
Thanks
hey,
very much.
no,
Thanks,
you're
Mark.
welcome.
I
I
appreciate
feel
that.
bad because
yeah, I
we
feel
were
rotten
meant to
now.
do Secret Santa.
Well, do you know
and
what?
we
It's
never-
a wee thanks for you coming here every week and for
thank
doing
you.
it.
That's
So
very kind
he's
of you.
Thank you for editing.
You're a good
and-
man.
He's a
and
welcome.
having us. Every
Yeah, no
week.
bother, aye, well.
My
I
gift
feel even
was,
worse that that coffee I got you wasn't even the right coffee.
Yeah, I got you a Bailey's
That's
hot
alright.
chocolate.
That's fine.
So-
Well, I was thinking that if you felt bad for Steve, you could just give him your car.
yeah.
Do a swap.
It's
I might
just
buy
Steve
a
that's not got anyone in it.
I've got a record player that's like one of the pop-up ones that I got as a starter that I'm not using, and I'm moving flat if you want it.
I'll take it.
Do you know what? I was actually,
shake your
the
hand
other
right
thing
now.
I looked for? I was looking for Tranquility Base 'cause I thought you might not have that.
I've got that one as well.
Oh, you do have that
Those
one?
are the two I've got.
Ah.
And Humbug, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
But hey,
What one's Humbug again?
Third.
Is it,
one.
what's the one with the guy smoking? That's first,
First
isn't it?
one.
Aye, that was, I should have got you that one.
That's
Anyway.
all right. That's all right.
Listen, thank you very much.
Aye, he's a welcome. There
It's
you go.
lovely, a lovely.
But that's
gift.
like if your uncle handshake.
I appreciate
I'll
it.
see you next year, son. The mother, you know what I mean?
Hey.
I'm trying to the worst gift you've ever had.
It's not that.
Apart from that, no.
Worst one, I think we actually done that last year because you said about the T-shirt, didn't you?
George Best.
No,
Yeah.
aye.
Yeah.
Was that? I
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that.
Well, that was we talked about that in the live show actually.
Mhm.
When you get that T-shirt, what did it say again? Just
I was my dad got me getting a gift from my dad is funny to me, like because
Aye.
he's so and it's always mum's the brains of the operation.
yeah.
But yeah, when I was a kid, he got me a T-shirt that said, "In 1969, I gave up drinking and sex. It was the worst 20 minutes of my life," which is a
good
very
stuff.
funny, witty quote.
Very
But
funny.
I was like a 14-year-old virgin at the time
Yeah.
who'd never drank.
And you also don't really want to.
It's a weird
hear
thing
it-
to walk around with.
And you
like,
don't want to think your dad's like a guy that's just doing all that
Nah.
stuff, you know?
like George Best cool and everything, but
Yeah.
I didn't get a lot of wear, I gotta say.
I remember seeing the PS, the PlayStation, the original one came out, kids, just the
I had
ages.
that.
Was it the thin one or the thick one? Because you had the
It was the
PlayStation.
kind of grey,
Yeah,
thick
big
one,
grey
aye.
box.
Aye, because no, that was when
So
it
that
was
was
like
the
the PS1.
Yeah.
It was the actual
That was
PlayStation.
when this country was great.
And but it's funny how like you don't really, like, you still don't really realise when you're a wee guy, like, and that, to be fair, this is the sort of thing my parents could have done, but like basically when I got it, I opened, or they bought me 4 games or something with it.
Open the games first.
And they opened the games
That's a
first. I
classic.
didn't have the console, and like there was jeopardy thinking, am I going to get this fucking PlayStation, or have they just got me on these games? And it was like Spyro the Dragon and Gran Turismo and all that shit. And then I just didn't know if I didn't to play it on, but I did, thankfully. And
Yeah.
Man, it used to be so exciting, didn't it? When I was a kid and I got the
Amazing.
PS2 for Christmas one year,
Aye.
and it was like the best day of my fucking life. Like,
yeah.
never gets better than that.
I would
No,
love
it
to.
doesn't.
If I got a PS5, I'd be pretty excited. That, see, if you could just every Christmas get a games console, even if you still got one, and then just play a new game,
Yeah.
that'd be like,
That's
good.
I'd be happy with that.
last year. I came to that realization because I got loads of practical gifts and I felt like I can't play with any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year I've specifically asked for a wee game so I can play
Yeah.
with something.
I'm getting Zelda because I asked for a stick blender last year, which is
Stick playing.
was making soup, but that's no use, is it?
Yeah.
But
Christmas
Zelda
morning.
you can play.
But then, do you
Bullets
feel
and
now
stuff.
as an engaged man with your own place with your missus, you can't spend that much time just playing games.
Nah, you can't. But she works during the day 9 to 5, so I can play it then.
All right,
If I wanted
not on
to.
Christmas Day.
No, but on Christmas Day, I'm going to carve out a wee hour for myself.
All right, yeah.
Does that bang it?
No, I think it's fine.
Where's Uncle Stephen? He's in
No.
his room with his headphones in.
Not when the whole family, when I got my mum's at it, and just in the
This
morning.
is where you can sort of co-opt in like younger cousins or nieces and
Aye.
nephews and go, I'm playing with them. But actually you're just
Yeah.
pumping a wee guy fucking 7-0 at FIFA.
I got a Dreamcast one year.
Oh, aye?
Remember those things?
Yeah, I don't even know if any of my pals had a Dreamcast.
I don't
know
think
if
so.
I've ever
I
laid
can't
eyes on
remember.
one.
But that was like one of those like short-lived ones, wasn't it? Where it
Yeah,
was
it was
like...
a doomed. It was like Betamax. It was like, this is the one that's going to take over. And
Aye.
it sucked.
'Cause it
They
was-
used to sponsor Arsenal, didn't they? Dreamcast.
Yeah,
aye, they
that's
did,
right,
right?
yeah.
You know.
But I was really excited about it, and I was convinced it was going to be the new thing. And
Aye.
then, like, none of my pals got one or anything, and no one else got it. And it was just they stopped making games for it instead. And I was like, oh,
It's
fuck.
like that mad episode of The Simpsons and Millhouse, like, Alfie's back in pog form. Aye, no, that's because what was it the N64 was beating that at the time or something?
And the
No,
PS1, I think.
It
Must
was
have been.
The
it was
PS1.
out with the it was the PS2 it was competing with
Oh, was it?
because
Oh,
I never had a PS.
Pre-Xbox anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because was it Microsoft?
Sega
Dreamcast,
Dreamcast, yeah.
After the
Because
SNES.
I never had a PS2 for years, and all like my pals and that had it, and then I eventually got one when the silver version came out, and I was probably in like second or third year,
yeah.
and like I was pure embarrassed by it, and this mad bam, because I was excited to get this silver one. This bam was like, "You're just getting a fucking PS2 now, you tramp," and I was like, "No, I'm just getting the silver one. I've got the black one at home as well, though. Just wanted the silver one. I was just
Such a
making
wee
it up."
liar.
Well, fucking he slagged me. It was in his
A lot of these stories with Steve is like that clip of Charlie Nicholas going like,
Well, maybe
no,
you should also go then. You could even see your Dreamcast. So I'll stick to the Dreamcast, and you stick to the PlayStation.
I love that clip.
It's so good, isn't it?
So
It's that
fucking
man
funny.
digging. It's
man.
fucking classic.
So good.
So
It's
good.
brutal. Because like even if you seen somebody say that in the pub,
Yeah.
You'd
What the
rate them over the coals for ages.
the man just like,
Because they're on the telly, they can't really do that.
it's
perfect.
Sky Sports News, man. Fuck's sake.
It goes on for ages. It's so good.
Charlie Nicholas.
Have you
I mixed
seen
up
that
the
out of
SNES, by the
con-
way, and the Dream. What was it? Mega Drive. Just don't tweet us. I don't care.
I loved the Mega Drive because when I was a wee guy, me and my mate were pure into Sonic, and like on Sonic you could do a thing where like Sonic 2 or something, you could put Sonic and Tails, like two games, you can put one on top of the other and make a new game.
Wow.
Or you could have Tails in the other
I
one.
never
and
had
that.
the Mega Drive. My pal
Aye.
Ewan had it.
No, that was a formative thing for me. Up, down, left, right, A start. That was a cheat for it.
No, nice.
But
I could play it though because mine when we were at the Fringe in some gaff, and CMB had his Switch on the telly.
Aye.
And he had all the old games.
yeah,
Last night I just downloaded that of mine, so I was playing like GoldenEye and 64 on my Switch. And
Oh.
I'm playing all.
I
I'm
love
now at
GoldenEye.
an age where it's all about nostalgia now, and I'm only playing games that I grew up with, playing like Crash Bandicoot and shit.
well, I went through a stage. I downloaded a few of the Sonics on my phone and I was playing them. But see, the weird thing was, I was so expecting to remember more than I did about the games. Do you know what I mean? Because like GoldenEye, the only thing I really remember for it was there was the ski lodge one in the snow.
Yeah, like
That's
that.
about it. But I think the amount of time I spent playing all these games, I can't even remember anything for it. It was weird.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for a mad flashback, but it never came.
That was the one like you're just running about and you can just see the arm.
Aye.
It was really rudimentary.
That was like
that.
most of those games back
Yeah.
then, wasn't it?
Suppose it's
It's like
maybe
those
like
ones you
that
get in
now.
the arcade, innit? It's like you see
yeah.
that and all when you've actually got the gun.
Shitty zombies.
I didn't have the N64. Did you guys? I just had PS1. I was a PlayStation girly.
Aye.
Yeah,
That's my
Sega.
first.
my cousin
FIFA
had
99.
cousin had like the N64 or whatever it was, and I played it there, but it was class.
Aye. No, I was never one for getting them like straight away. Like
No,
there was always
I got my
somebody.
uncle's PlayStation.
There's always somebody in your class that their parents would always get them the thing straight away,
Straight
or
away.
the trainers and the PlayStations and all that. But you know that they didn't get real love. They were commercial. You can't buy it.
I've never
you know
seen
what I mean?
that, Dad.
No. He was always in the rigs.
Why is that such a classic?
Yeah.
Did any of you ever have chipped PlayStations? I always wanted one, but I never had one.
Oh,
My mate's
family
dad
didn't
would
have the
do
dodgy
it. In fact, I
connections.
think I maybe did because I remember getting loads of games. I think my PlayStation was chipped actually.
I think my mate Gary's was chipped, and his dad used to come back for the pub with like loads of
Yeah,
CDs.
that's what you want.
And it was just like, and you'd play like The Simpsons boxing and all that. It was like always had random
Absolute
fucking
Snyder games.
I sure you would never actually play. Well, that Simpsons driving game was. I remember
Hit
having
and
that.
run.
That
Aye.
was one of the
Classic,
best
yeah.
games ever, man.
I had
fucking
Simpsons
loved it.
Wrestling, which is a bit shite, to be honest.
Simpsons.
Oh,
How
maybe it
many?
was wrestling that I'm thinking. of.
You're getting any more different fighting things than fucking Jake Paul? Homer's fucking fighting Floyd Mayweather and all that. Fuck.
Yeah, like, why am I like sparking out Marge more? This is weird. What is this? What is going on here?
I loved it. Did you ever have the WWF games?
Yeah, they were fun.
The Attitude one, I remember when you can
Yeah.
make your own wrestling and that stuff. That was great. I loved
Yeah.
that shit, man.
Big fan
It's,
of that.
I think
Just
it's
make
sort
the
of-
stupidest looking cunt you can think of.
I
Loved it
feel-
in any game.
I feel like a bit of a boomer because I've never played any game online. Like I've not like see when FIFA was
Not
just
even like Call of Duty online. Or?
no, because my problem with Call of Duty is I feel like I always felt like they were trying to
Propaganda.
it's propaganda to get you sympathetic
Even when you're a wee
towards
guy, you
the
thought
army. Pretty much.
I wouldn't have thought that until about you've said it now.
No, I think they're trying to either like make this like a recruitment drive for the armed forces and stuff. I think it's like soft power in it.
I think it's very impressive that you would have thought that at the time. 'cause
I don't think
would
no when I'm
never have
fucking
thought that.
50. When I went to uni and all that, I started thinking this stuff. Like no, like but before I just would play FIFA. I just liked FIFA.
Yeah, it was always just FIFA
And
and Call of Duty
GTA.
for us and
Yeah.
GTA.
Can I tell you what? I would happily just sit and play GTA and FIFA all the time. That's how I've said
GTA
before.
coming out.
I can't see in like a year. But it's going woke now. I'm not going to get it. No. what is the problem? Just because it's got a woman in it? Is that basically
Is
what
that-
it
is
is?
that
I
a
think
thing? I've not
that is
even seen
basically what
it.
it is. But yeah, Joey Barton wouldn't have that. But
He's a fucking silly cunt, isn't he?
a fucking fanny. Anyway, I would be happily just playing FIFA and GTA.
I'm really basic as well when it comes to games.
I got a Gran Turismo, I think, when I was a wee guy, and
Aye,
I
so-
didn't. It was either that or like
Silverstone.
dry.
That's one of the
That's the British
courses.
Grand Prix.
Oh, was it? No, well, this is the thing because I thought it was quite boring, so I didn't.
Aye.
And I didn't know you could
Because it's
just.
Gran Turismo, it's not quite.
It's not like
Grand
GTA or
Theft Auto,
whatever.
aye.
You can steal cars or anything. So like,
You got to pay for them. It's worse than real life. I still can't afford it. Can't even get a lift.
and I didn't know you could just take back games if it was in the period of time. So
Oh, right.
I
Did you go to G-Force in Clydebank?
no, I went back to game where I bought it, and I'd kind of
You had a little skating.
I'd scratched the disc, and I was going to say that I got it that way. And then they looked at it, and he was like, "Well, this is all scratched. We can't take this back.
Aye.
Otherwise, we would have taken it back." And I was like, "No, it came that way." And he was like, "No, it didn't."
No, it didn't.
I was like, "All right."
I've met wee chances before.
So I just took the game back, and I had a fucked game.
I've not thought about scratch discs for because that was a huge part of my childhood. Was trying to get like
Don't scratch
you know when
your
you want a
disc.
new game but you've got no money, so you trade in like 20 shite games, and they're all you've had them all upturned on the top of your PlayStation. You've not looked after any of
You're
them.
rubbing it on
Giving them a
the...
wee dick on your
Yeah.
jumper.
Blowing it, remember?
Have you
Blowing
blown
it.
Yeah. Can I take
Bit of
this son?
that.
I'm sorry.
No.
Fucking hell. That was the bane of my life, scratched the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Should have just put them in the case.
No, but they check. Come on. They do it at the till, they do it in front of you.
No, I mean like
Electronic
I mean in your
boutique.
house, just put them in the case, and then they wouldn't be scratched.
Well, yeah, of course. But I still don't do that in 30.
Exactly.
Life's too short, man.
You just want another tinny or
Aye.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I've fucking
I'm
barely
ready.
it through mine, actually.
2 seconds, guys? You want?
After a message from our sponsors.
Bring one in anyway.
They're, yeah. I was a good bit of physical comedy there. Wish the cameras were
Like
fucking on.
Grandpa Simpson in the door and everything.
There was a good bit of physical well, not physical, but yesterday me counting all the things.
Yeah, me and Steve were writing together yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Cheers, Stevie. And we had to. We're just making a list of potential wee storylines that if it went to a series, you can
Yeah.
have it. So I was like, we've got a fair few. And Steve was like, he just like not for comedy whatsoever, was being really serious for ages. And he's like, yeah, how many have we got? He's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we've got hundreds. I was like, how long did you count before you knew that you couldn't be fucked counting them all?
I got to 9, I think. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hundreds, loads.
That's like thing your dad would do. What are you talking to me? You don't get enough presents. You get 1, 2, 3 others of them there.
I always love that Lemmy sketch.
That is the most spot on thing
Which
one's
ever.
From his Christmas special, where it's like,
You're a bastard there, boy.
it's always the shite
That's funny,
presents,
yeah,
like
that's
two
good.
stripe or like the wrong PlayStation or whatever. He's like, oh, it's two stripe. They're going to laugh at me. He's like, you're a bastard there, boy. It's going to the dump. It's all going to the dump.
It's so good though. That was literally like
Very accurate.
my dad would be exactly that guy, like to pure go like straight to fucking. Well, just chuck it in.
Not to 100.
Not to 100. My mum just be like, oh no. And the man in the shop said it's a good one. Yeah, I think I must have spoke about this one last year when we done this because.
Can it be the name on the front?
No, it's not that. But that was a birthday, I think, or something. But no, my mum made a pure big deal one year about this big surprise she got me for my Christmas, right? And pure kept mentioning about, and I was pure like the whole time thinking, what's this surprise going to be for Christmas and that stuff? Pure thinking, I don't know what I didn't even have any idea what it could be. So I just thought it must be amazing because making this big deal about it. And then what it was she got me a foosball table, right? And it was this big fucking massive foosball table, right? And but I was like, all right. And I'm pure like, why have you like, what? Because it's just me and my wee sister's 6 years younger than me.
She ain't interested.
She's no playing that, like she was too young to do it. And the thing was so massive that like the only space in my room between like my bed and like the wardrobe was just then taken up
100%
completely with this table, right? And I'd noticed, not as if I had pure mates over all the time.
Even
in
if
it,
I
and
had
they
a pal round, I couldn't.
I was not living in fucking Joy and Chandler's flat and friends or something, right? But the thing was, but I was like, but I couldn't understand why she got it. And basically, I'd been at my mate's house probably like 6 months before, and he had a loft bedroom, and just in the corner, like there'd been about 4 or 5 days at his house one day, and we were all playing foosball, but he had a wee foosball table about the size of this table in front of us, and so I must have mentioned to her,
once, yeah.
and it was really fun playing foosball, and then she's like, I'm going to get it, but she's got this pure big. And it must have been quite expensive, but then it literally sat, like we ended up like flipping it up on its side, and it was like in the corner next to the cupboard for about 4 years or something. It just took up tons of space for
It always
ages.
makes me really sad hearing stuff.
I know, it was
She's
just
tried
one of
so
the ones,
hard
but I
and-
was just feel like, and like just trying not to like look too disappointed. Like, oh, that's
Yeah.
great and all that stuff, but I was just like, I had no practical use for that basically.
Yeah.
It's a wee shame.
That happens all the time. I feel like,
Yeah.
like that sort of thing. Like I wanted a tennis table one year, and
Aye.
like my mum got me like it was kind of like two halves of a thing without legs, but you could put it on the dining room table
Yeah.
and put a net on it. But like because we're always using the dining room table, I could never use it. So it was just a thing that, in theory, was quite good, but it could just never practically use it.
Aye,
But they try hard.
it's the thought
That's
that
the
counts.
thought that counts. Breaks my heart though, thinking of parents trying hard and
I know.
Do you think that'll be us?
yeah, getting it wrong, definitely.
Do you think?
It just reminded me, I've probably brought this up before because it's one of my favourite jokes, but I remember Sean Locke used to have a funny bit about how, especially when you're like a guy, he's like a 50-year-old guy, no one ever knows what to buy for you, so you've got to be really careful what you mention months before
That's so
Christmas
true.
or birthdays. Like, you make one comment about a falcon, and then there you are, massive leather glove on, meat on the end of a rope.
That's great. My gran is always bad for that. Like, if you mention something, she'll get like my sister to fucking get it behind my back or something like that. To get, and then, but she used to have a neighbour that done the exact same thing. So she'd be like, "Oh, I was mentioning this thing to Rona, and and then the next thing she's went away down to Clydebank and bought it, and then." My gran be sitting telling us this, and we're looking at her going, "This is exactly what you do to us all the time." But it's just funny, like she would do it. That would happen so often. She would she'd mention all these things that other people would do with the exact same thing. Because just all old women done this stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny. I remember my granny actually, before my parents would have got her whatever we, as a gift,
Aye.
as a token thing for the last 10 years or whatever. But I do remember you know, she lived such a wee small life in this
Aye.
wee town in Fife, and she'd get the wee bus into town, and then she'd go to the post office, but and the co-op would be the only shops, whatever.
Aye.
But I don't know if you remember this, but for a while in the co-op, you would get like PS2 games, just like, you know, on those like spinny roondy things that you'd get like
Aye.
fucking, you know, sunglasses on or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I would always get a PS2 game from my granny for a while, but it would always be like not a Snyder, but like just like a really weird. I remember getting like Rugrats in Paris.
What age were you?
Oh, I don't know, like too old. But it was
Aye.
like me and my
15
sister
or
playing. It was
something.
actually really fun. But it's just like, where are you getting these, Granny? And you'd be like in the post office. Oh, right, it's the Granny collection of like PS2 games for grannies to buy for kids.
Aye. Well, that's a weird thing now because like DVDs and because that's when I was in HMV yesterday getting those things. I was like, it's a shame that they aren't like nobody's got a fucking DVD player anymore. Or even like computers.
I've not been in
It was
HMV
easier,
in
wasn't it?
years.
I know.
You got to buy cunts books now, even though you know they ain't reading them.
No,
Yeah.
no. Well, that was it. Like I was actually that's I was there for but the grace of God. I could have got you a book yesterday.
It's
but
actually useful that people like that are friends of me know that I've got a record player, because then it's like that is that.
That's
That's
a good,
like-
well,
that's
it's
really
a good
useful.
thing to have because you can't buy physical media for anyone anymore. But it's a shame because I do feel like I had a great time just browsing about in there. It's great just looking at all these things and
Yeah, I used to go in and look at those posters, like the
Yeah.
fucking.
that's what I was.
through them.
I literally done
Flicking
it
through
yesterday,
posts.
You and your
Posters
pal,
for
which one would you get if you had to have one of these two next? Just like passing time in HMV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was always quite raunchy ones as well, like the Hollyoaks babes or whatever,
Yeah.
and you'd be like looking at that for a wee while and then moving on.
I know. Did you have any posters in your wall growing up?
Rap posters.
Oh, aye. Of who?
I had one that was G Unit.
Uh-huh.
I had one that was like a collection of the rap greats.
Who was on it? Do you remember?
So there was like
Vanilla Ice.
50. No, it was like KRS-One, Biggie Smalls, Tupac,
Of course.
Eminem was there,
50.
Mobb Deep, 50 wasn't there. He's not one of the greats.
Sad.
And it was loads of people I didn't know. Cool Keith and
I was
all
going to
that.
say, did you know all of them?
Slick Rick.
Were you
People
able
like
to
this.
check who they were? If it's like, who's
I
that?
had
It's like the barbershop window again with Usher. And that. Who is that? cunt?
How about you guys
Well,
and Drake for some reason?
it was
I need
like-
to get into this, guys. I'm a wild man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was.
Rakim.
On LimeWire, I would type them
Googling,
in.
what does Nas look like?
And and Nas was there as well actually, and then I would like download like one tune of each of these people. So I had on my iPod or whatever MP3 player, I had one tune of each of these
Just
people.
as a wee nod to the world.
Aye,
Yeah,
just
like
that I
that.
know the greats
Yeah.
of this genre.
I mind my mate's house when I was 14, 15 or whatever, and he was like pure like, smoke weed and all that, and he had like
smoke weed every day.
he had a 2-pack one, but it was him just like his torso with him had pure ripped fucking pecs.
He was
And
the
then-
leanest guy of all time too.
He went
He was.
2-pack man, like
Russell.
absolutely ripped, and the tattoos would only look good. You can only have a fug life. Sometimes I go, it'd be great to get fug life tattooed on me, but then I'm like, really, just want a 6-pack. But he had that with the hash leaves, and then he had one that was Bob Marley, and it was that one that said, "Don't drink and drive, smoke weed and fly."
That's good.
Have you not heard that before?
I vaguely remember it.
But I think the only one I can really remember, I must have some like probably Celtic ones and stuff, but I remember having a poster of The Rock on my wall, which was
Is that your favourite wrestler?
I guess he was at the time. I can't really think back now. I probably would have preferred Stone Cold. I like Stone Cold better now, but fed up with The Rock.
Too mainstream.
I don't
for
like
you?
The Rock. I think he's up to something, and he's gonna like have a nefarious presidential campaign. That
Do you think?
Yeah, maybe. Do you know what I think the thing is with The Rock?
he's too squeaky clean.
He thinks,
Weird.
but he's not that funny. Like sometimes he tries to do comedy
He's not
stuff.
funny at all.
He's not funny at all.
Yeah, he's not a comedian.
No, but then
Do you think he can do comedy
but he's-
acting?
I think
on
he's
it?
one of
kinda
these guys-
vaguely cast in that,
he's one of
he'll be
the guys. He
fun.
kind of thinks he can be funny, but he's just a big.
To be fair,
bad
why
guy.
would you not think you can do everything if you're The Rock? Because
No.
he's basically
Yeah.
been greenlit to do whatever he
Aye.
wants.
Because
That's his
I
point.
think that's more on producers going, oh, it'll be funny if this big ripped guy is a bit of an idiot or something.
Aye.
I think his casting is like, that's what people are doing.
But he was like, I loved him back in the day, like when he was like he had the hair and all that in the WWE, and he would say all the mad. He was brilliant on the mic at that stuff, but now he's like
He couldn't
that-
open barefoot comedy.
No, 100%. But that was he was more of the character, whereas now him is like the Rock, the pure Instagram influencer, fucking inspirational guy. It's a bit like that. Whereas Arnold Schwarzenegger, on the other hand,
Listen,
some boy.
Have you watched that documentary? I've not watched that.
I watched it and I've just finished listening to Be Useful, his audiobook, because I got it free on Spotify, because you can get like one book a month or something on Spotify now to listen to. It's good.
Is the doc good?
Yeah, I would recommend both of them actually. I love Arnie, man. He was great.
Is
his
he not a mad
mindset.
Republican?
But it was interesting when he was talking about that in the book, because it's
He's
like
socially liberal, right?
he was pretty like pro environment and all that stuff, and he was like, he's just cause he's not see MD who's fair, he's mad Eastern. Well, he's fair Austria, but it's like these countries that like, and then somebody like him for a mad shite place in Europe, and then they go to America. They're always mad right wing cunts because they're pure like they see America as
The American dream and all
the American dream and all that. But no, he's just fucking interesting, man. To be honest, like he was married to
no
fucking.
cunt does it like him. I mean,
No, he was married to a
one off.
Kennedy and all that as well. And
Terminator's a class film.
he talks about that.
Terminator too.
And Terminator.
It's funny because he's got so many weird reference points because he's trying to like get all these. It's a kind of self-help thing. It's like all these mad principles. He's going, and so when I was in the Terminator, Jim Cameron said to me, and then the next minute he's like talking
Quite
about.
good.
Yeah, I was
impression.
surprised by how good
Yeah,
that was.
that was
yeah.
fair
Thank you.
enough, yeah.
And then I've been listening to his voice the last 10 hours. But then in the next bit, it's like him talking about like, you know, fucking some Supreme Court judge and then some guy in the gym telling him how to fucking, you know, pose better. And like, it's just funny. But you've got a fucking hand at him, man. He's
we were-
impressive.
That was it was a good impression because we were doing
Yeah, I was
noise
thinking
up
about
and
Our
one of
friend
the
Manny.
cast members.
I know you should be
Mary.
fucking casting me, yeah? Is Arnie?
But like Mary's really great at like loads of different things. And he started well with the army impression, and then it just decreased so
Jamaican.
quick.
That's why I quit when I was head.
Yeah. The key to any impression is saying like 3 syllables and getting out.
But I would just remember he was recording it, and I was crying
fucking
with
crying
laughter. I had to turn round and like hide my face. My shoulders are just fucking going up and down.
Can I just say, by the way, my favourite Christmas film, and I was going to ask you this, is Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold
Where he
Schwarzenegger.
sparks out the reindeer.
Listen,
Uh,
I was going to ask you about this because I only started watching this the other day. Jingle All the Way. I've watched about 30 minutes. I was
Watched
engrossed.
Jingle a third
It's
of the way.
brilliant.
I was
It's
engrossed.
good, right?
I mean, it was shite, but in a good way.
No,
Yeah,
it's
good
amazing.
shite.
It's got
It's like a good shite.
that is so our childhood. See that same thing about that Lemmy sketch,
Yeah.
like where it's so like that is pure relates. That whole thing about like wanting like a Buzz Lightyear doll or something, and then
Yeah.
no being able to get it. That to me just strikes such a chord with pure 90s
Yeah,
being a kid.
Actual
Yeah.
kit toys and.
I love that film so much.
I didn't watch it
Sinbad's in
until
as
like
well.
a few years ago.
Sinbad.
He's the
that's
bad
right.
guy. But no, Arnie, fucking what a film that is, man.
That's your
Jingle All-
favourite?
I think it's just as like probably I did see for the first time like the other year It's a Wonderful Life, which I thought was great, and
It's a-
it's
it's
got
a
a
nice
kind of
film,
like
yeah, of course.
socialist message to an extent, I suppose, and all that. So quite like
Aye.
that. But
No, that was quite good.
what's your favourite Christmas film? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
No, it has to be Home Alone.
Home
he
Alone?
loves Home Alone.
Has to be Home
Well,
Alone.
evidently for the jumper.
Yeah,
I
has
think
to
I
be
preferred Home Alone 2, you know. I watched that for the first time last year.
class.
Aye.
It was good.
The exact same story
Starring
beats,
Donald Trump.
Rinse and repeat. Yeah.
but it's set in New York.
I've not actually seen Home Alone 2, I would say. I don't think.
I liked it.
You
Yeah,
need
it
to
was good.
I know.
Education.
I probably should watch it this Christmas.
I can't be fucked having the standard chat about it, but Die Hard is very good.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
film.
yeah.
Do you know the last time I watched Die Hard was like can't remember. I think it must have been 2020. That Christmas, I got asked to go. I don't think I've
Oh,
spoken
so
to
you
the
did
podcast.
comedy?
So I got asked to do comedy before they'd done a drive-in
yeah.
movie.
You
Drive-in
had to
cinema.
do
it
it
was
from
called.
like a god mic.
Well,
didn't you?
like so what happened was, so I'm dreading this, right? Thinking I am going to absolutely die in my arse because I had done some car park gigs during COVID where you stand in front of cars and try and tell jokes, but I need to come and do this before people are watching a film. I was like, I was just consigned to like my death, right? It was going to
Fun as we
be
just going over
terrible.
the top.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
and but it's like the only work you're getting at that point. Nothing was happening. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, let's just do it. And then it was so funny how your perspective changes because I turned up and it's just a big truck, right? And they're showing like it's a truck with a kind of like basically a screen on the side of it. This lassie who's on TikTok actually, she like drives it about the place, and I think they just drive it all over the country for these type of things, so they did at the time anyway. But I turn up and I'm like, and there's a wee, when you go in like the side of the truck, there was like a wee window, right? And so I'm like, where's the stage? And they're like, oh, you're just in here. And I'm like, all right, so they just need to like perform out the window. And they're like, no, they can't see
A
you.
drive-through comedy
Aye,
show.
well, aye.
Ice cream van, man.
But it was just this little wee window, and then you're facing it onto the cars. Like, but it was just like a normal kind of size window. And then so I said, right, so they can't see me. And they're like, oh no, you just do it in here. And suddenly I was like so relieved because I'm like, all right, they can't see me. All they're getting is they're tuning in on the radios and they can just hear my voice. And they were also saying,
You Arnie.
I done the whole of Jingle All the Way for them. I was like, it's a better film than Die Hard. But so what I realised, and they were saying as well, like the guy who booked me for it was like, one of the ones that they obviously don't really know what the script is with comedy and all that, so they just think, can you do some comedy and also just read out shout outs? We'll get you to get. There was like a Facebook page and they said, oh, if you send a message on the Facebook page, we'll read out your comments. So basically, obviously, all I just done was that. One of the nights I done, Lemmy apparently was there with his family in the car, so he has heard me if he tuned in going like, okay guys, so we're about to get started now with the show. I was basically
Got a
just
message from Brian Lemon.
yeah, I done my best
You're a
fucking
bastard of a boy.
fucking George Bowie impression. I fucking, it's going to the dump, it's not going to the dump. But I basically done that, and it went from like the gig that I dreaded the most to basically being paid to do almost nothing, just reading out shout outs. And I guess I was just doing some wee jokes and all that in between. I was just, because you had to just riff and fill time, so I was just kind of doing that. But I do cringe to think that he's held me do that. But
Yeah,
He was
that's
at Yes
horrible,
Bar
that.
one time, was
he
he not?
did
Used to go to Yes Bar a bit.
see me
Yeah,
doing
Pals
stand
with
up one
Julian,
time.
I don't know if I was on that time, but I remember being in the crowd and he was there, and we
I mind Roscoe
vaguely had a
saying
drink
this.
with him
Yeah.
after.
I remember I got him my belter actually, because it was just like, because I don't know why I even done this, but because he was being very limey and being very funny, and then but at one point we were talking about something Star Wars came up, and I haven't seen the original Star Wars, and so I said that to him. He's like, "You not seen Star Wars?" And I was like, "I'm like," and like Darth Vader, he's like a baddie or something, isn't he? And he's looked at me and he's like, and he went, "Oh!" And I was like, "Yes, that's kind of you do." I was quite happy with that, to be fair, but I was just like, I don't know, there's no need to do this. But that's my one bit that I do whenever I say that. They'll go, Darth Vader's a baddie, eh? So I was quite happy that I got it.
It is funny watching like people who are super fans of something like freak out if you don't know something about it. So
Yeah.
it's good to be on the side that
Well, that
you
must
actually
be
live
every listener of yours who watches the script.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Which you should check out, by the way, as well, if you're if you
Daft
haven't.
Laugh, innit?
It's back.
It's
You've
back.
got
Daft Laugh.
a few new episodes, and obviously a great back catalogue of stuff as well.
Occasionally Marc sits in.
I occasionally say, and I remember even before, like when you were doing it in COVID, and I was just a
still
fan.
a lowly fan.
Just listening to my mates talking shit and laughing like fuck. I remember being in my bed, like pissing myself listening to you say "mommy's kissing and banging Santa Claus." So, yeah, check that out, guys, as well. But I think that about covers it for this week's we Barse episode. We hope you had a lovely Christmas
And a nice bars.
and a nice Barse, and hopefully have a great new year as well. We're just calling it Barse so casually, as if that's what everybody says. I know everyone
It's a
does.
callback to last
Go on, Steve,
year.
explain it for the layman.
It's the bit between Christmas and New Year,
bit
as
between-
much as the bit between your balls and your arses. It's the same thing. Christmas being the
Perineum.
balls, the perineum. Christmas being the balls, New Year being the arse.
And in that beautiful image,
That crazy bit between your balls and your ass when no one knows what day it is.
No,
yeah, we'll leave
and
you.
it feels all right.
What does?
Both.
We hope you get a Barse tickled at some point and enjoy it consensually with mistletoe if possible. But no, guys, well, listen, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
guys.
listening or watching throughout the entire year. It's been a pleasure to be bringing you the episodes every
Yes.
You
week.
guys.
Thank
love
you
you.
to you guys. Hope you have a great new
Cheers,
year as
Marc.
well.
Thanks for the gift as well.
I
Cheers,
really
welcome.
appreciate it, guys. It's been a good year.
Aye.
Been a lovely day.
Old Lang
Yep.
Sang, you know that.
Do a bit of this. Let's go out on this.
I don't even know. I'm trying to even think how
My
you would
mic's
do
in the way.
Doesn't
Aye,
work,
it
does
doesn't
it?
matter anything. But
Forget
anyway,
it.
listen, guys, we hope you have we hope you had a lovely Christmas. Have an absolute belter in 2024. Obviously, before we go, just do the usual plugs as ever you can. If you haven't already, maybe your New Year's resolution is to like and subscribe to the podcast
Yes.
on YouTube. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That would be a great Christmas present to give us. And you can also follow us at Some Laugh Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We'll be posting lots of clips as well as just news and stuff about the pod. And of course, please sign up to our Patreon for as little as £3 a month. We get an extra episode every 2 weeks, live show footage, and access to tickets and stuff before anyone else as well. Aside from all of that, we hope you have a great New Year, guys.
Yes.
Have a
And
great
Happy
one.
New Year.
Thanks
Speak
for
to you
being
soon.
with us this whole
Cheers,
time.
guys.
thank you. Cheers.
Bye bye.
All the best.